What's interesting about Cam, let me focus on what was striking. Not that he dropped a pass in a meaningless practice. Who cares? What was striking is he's huge. He's way bigger than I anticipated. And I'm looking at him, I'm thinking, man, he makes George Kittle look small for a tight end. Right there. And I get it. Like, I think that's what Kyle feels he's been missing a little bit. Like, Kittle's great, but he's also changed his body a lot the last 4 or 5 years. He used to kind of look like Cam looks now, but as he's had injuries and he's gotten older, I think he's tried to kind of slim out a little bit, especially in his lower body, because he's had a lot of lower body injuries. And it works for him. He makes his money catching passes, but Latu is going to make his money blocking and running people over. And he's not going to do that in practice, but I could see him, like, DBs aren't going to want to, they're not going to want to smoke, man.
There's 2 words that I attributed to his playing style. I said body blows. Yeah.
And so Kittle used to deliver those and really doesn't anymore. I'm sorry, George.
Cam
Debo does.
Going to deliver body blows. For our defense. For our offense. Phrase. I feel like what we get out of George is a lot of run after catch. We get a lot of dynamic routes and some good circus catches from, quite frankly, bad balls.
No doubt.
And I feel like Cam is going to be a governor. He's going to make the defense stay honest. He's going to have those little small routes where you've got to stay attached. You cannot just go off and pay attention to Debo, because Cam is not only going to catch most of his passes. He's got short hands, Grant, but not only
he does.
Not only is he going to catch everything, but Cam is also a sneaky run after the catch threat. Cam does get up the field. And also, if you look at his film, I challenge anybody, go ahead and just look at Cam's film, all his highlights. Nobody gets up the field faster. I'm talking about turning his head and sticking his foot in the ground and getting up the field. It's almost as a blink of an eye. And that's something that, with that size and that physicality, that's going to be a really good asset for us, especially in the number 2 tight end position, because ultimately I don't see a world where Cam is on the field and George isn't.
Right.
So there's going to be, go ahead.
No, like the way I see it is, I'm not sure if he's the guy you want to throw the ball to over the middle on 3rd and 8 right now. But I mean, you have so many guys you can. That's what Jennings is for. That's what Kittle is for. Like, the way I think you could use him right away. The play the Niners been running since Kyle's been here is the play action bootleg fake, where you have the tight end run like behind the offensive line. Okay. He runs that underneath route, and you bootleg to the right, and you get the tight end running from left to right behind the. He slips under, and you essentially get him in space. And it's like, okay, there'll be like 1 or 2 DBs out there. Who wants to tackle Cam Latu? Like, that would be a great play for him. That'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, getting him in space and just letting him rumble along, so to speak. Like,
that's exactly how you use him, and he can't make that play in practice. That's not practice football. That's real football.
Yeah,
that's
and you're not going to see, and that is true. And I would,
you
know what? I'm glad you brought that up. I would watch on the not so goods, because a lot of what Cam is going to give you is almost kind of like, grading one-on-ones with linemen without pads on. Pads ain't on. So,
right.
I mean, who won?
He's not going to look as good in the one-on-one pass catching drills as Braden Willis or even Ross Dwelly. But you got to remember,
shorts.
No, he's not. What he's going to look good at is when he's like knocking the snot out of people, like, and that's going to be in preseason. You'll see it. But that's what I want to keep in mind with Cam. Like, he's not going to look as good in these practices as Braden Willis. He just won't. But he might look better in real games. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely. And also another guy that brings that nasty physicality, our calling card. I like this. We're running. We run the ball. Okay. Right. And what really hurts us is when we stop running the ball throughout the season. Every time we get too cute and we get away from running the ball, I feel like Cam is a good reminder.
And it's not just a good run blocker. It's like when you get him the ball in the flat, like we talk about in a play action little bootleg, like now that's kind of like an extension of your run game too, because it's an extended handoff, and I mean, you're delivering blows. You're not just taking blow. Like, whoever had to tackle him in the secondary is feeling a little woozy after that one. It's like, how many more times can I do that? No. And it's going to take more than one guy. So I see it, and I wanted to clarify with Cam.